Made that music.
I'm not a star. Somebody lied, I got a pistol in the car. A 45, if I died today, remember me like John Lennon. Buried in Louis, I'm talking all brown linen. Make all of my bitches tattoo my logo.
Some things you might say, but you know, with being emotionally honest comes being emotionally aware. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about doing this, whether it's listening to music and relating to it and finding that it hits that nerve that nothing else or no one else can hit. There's lots of different things that you can do to become emotionally aware. Read about it. There's different links. Look up emotional intelligence and just find different things on it that will help you learn to be emotionally aware. Express yourself, you know, decide what works best for you. I mean, there's a lot of different ways and different things that you can do, but, you know, look it up. Find out. Read books, read magazines, articles. There's different stuff that they're going to put out there. What works best to me is, you know, to explore yourself. Whether that's go for a ride and just, I might sound crazy, but find out who you are. You know, drive for a while. Talk to yourself. I'm not saying go on some schizophrenic rage, not to offend anybody who might be schizophrenic or anything else. I'm just saying there's no harm in getting to know yourself. And however you need to do that, do it. You know, take that energy to be emotionally honest, because in the end, it's less energy to be emotionally honest with yourself and give yourself that empathy. Don't be so hard on yourself. You know, be honest. Understand that life is what it is sometimes, and that you're no exception to dealing with some of the hard bars and some of the crooked bars and things from just out of nowhere. I mean, that happens to everybody, but how you're going to deal with it is naturally up to you. It's always good to come up with a plan and strategize. You know, I always say, if you do that, then you kind of know exactly where you're at with the situation. And it's always good to have a plan B, because plan A doesn't always work out. Again, life is what it is, and no one is an exception to that rule of life. It is what it is. Things happen, and all you can do is be prepared. Love you. Love yourself. I don't know if anyone knows you know, people who just say, I hate myself. It's like, why? Why do you hate yourself? There's so many other people out there. We can call them whatever we want. Bitches, haters. I like haters.
Yo, Jay, but I told these niggas.
It's a remix, nigga. Look, we just can't fuck with me, man.
The word haters, you know, it's true. There are a lot of people that are miserable with themselves. They don't want to be happy. And I know everyone has heard the saying, crabs in a barrel. Why bring yourself down when there's going to be others that may work to bring you down? Because they have tons of scotomas. They have tons of different issues. They just might be jealous of you for whatever reason. Many reasons, but whatever reason. So why hate yourself? You're helping someone else who might be trying to defeat you. You're helping them defeat you by hating yourself. Does that make sense? Love yourself. Love yourself. Hug yourself if you have to. Sometimes I blow myself kisses. Might sound weird. Treat yourself. Do different things to appreciate you, especially if you're trying to change and you're a given person and you know that you are. You know, you're a good person, well-rounded, positive. Not saying that if you're not, you don't qualify. I'm just saying, don't hate yourself. You're not doing anything by doing that. And it's a waste of your time, honestly. Ways that you can love yourself. Establish dreams. Set goals. You know, balance things out the best way that it works for you. And anyone who truly supports you in your life will support you with that. Anyone who truly cares is going to want to see you do well. And I say that because I'm a person who will put myself on the back burner, because it makes me happy to see other people happy. And it took me a long time to just say, you know what, they will want you to do this, so do it. And stop playing around. Get off the bullshit. You know, just know who you are. Learn who you are. I can't stress that enough. Don't let someone else tell you who you are. Know who you are and go off of that. And so, you know, there's a lot of people that might say, well, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know who I am. Find it any way you can. If you got to read anything that you can relate to. If it doesn't relate to something that someone else agrees with, that's just what it is. But you know, like I said, this whole segment is about self. We're not talking about what other people want or what they think. About self. And I'm throwing out all different things because it can relate to different people in different ways. And that's all that matters to me, is that someone is connecting with the things that are coming out of my mouth. I like affirmations. I was in school in a class and I learned about affirmations. And basically, they're words of encouragement for yourself. They encouraged us to write them down. Now, I can't really see myself getting ready in the morning and saying, okay, I'm going to read these affirmations as I'm taking a shower or brushing my teeth or whatever. But they're, you know, it really works. I don't know if it works for people to keep a journal or maybe write it down, keep it on the refrigerator. Keep it wherever, you know, keep it on your vanity in your bathroom, your mirror in your room, wherever. But they're words of encouragement, things to remind you about the positivity, you know, that should be around you. Ultimately, affirmations are words that are going to change your life in a positive way. They also help you get past that thing I was talking about earlier, those scotomas. You eventually break down the mind blocks with the affirmations and you get past the distractions, as I've talked about before, by using these affirmations. And in these affirmations, you want to use positive words. Now, I will leave a link at the bottom of this video that has a list of positive words that you can use in affirmations. And I just wanted to go through a couple of things that I wrote down here that, you know, give you an idea what I mean when I say positive words. Words like, number one, positive, can, will, ready, allow, free, grow. You know, different words. These things, when you put these into an affirmation, which is just a sentence to help you set a goal. I mean, we do it all the time in our heads. You just may not know that it's an affirmation. I mean, I know I do. I have to keep myself moving on. You know, like, I can do this. I can do this because I deserve this. That's a good affirmation. But if you need something that's a little bit, you want to go a little bit more in detail, or basically break it down for what works for you, do that. You know, relax and just ease your mind and find time to concentrate. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Meditation is really, really, really great and can become your best friend. You know, are you going to be comfortable with yourself enough to meditate? I personally love meditating, and I've come into this, I've given up a couple of different vices, and so it's like, actually, not to get weird on anyone who can't understand this, but it's actually helped me learn to kind of expand my mind. So I've learned to meditate as I'm doing things like taking a shower, meditate while I am listening to music, which is a great time to do it. I've found myself meditating while I'm cooking. I mean, once you come into it, you can meditate pretty much doing whatever. You don't have to just lay down, but I recommend that if you're starting, you know, go to a quiet area, get into your own zone, and meditate. Just drift off. Find ways to relax, because you have to realize that this helps you center with yourself. And when you can ease your mind, you can relax your mind, you are learning to come into just accepting things, that peace that I've talked about. You eventually grow. This is all things that is happening within you, yourself. Because sometimes we can't change life. We can't change people. We can't change certain situations. We can only change ourselves. It reminds me of the Stain song. He says, I only know that I can change. Everything else just stays the same. And that's the truth. You can't change things that are out of your control. You can, but you are in your control, right? Yeah, meditate. There's different videos. I mean, right here on YouTube. Find one that works for you. You know, find a song. I mean, close your eyes and just allow things to release, like, within your brain, and let go of things. You know, I mean, let go of anything that's going to provoke tension. I've told a couple of people this, and I've told myself this many times, and that is, you know what, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired of thinking this. I mean, everybody deals with anxiety. Anxiety is natural. It's a natural reaction. Panic is a natural reaction. But when it starts becoming a part of who you are all the time, and everything you do is influenced by this panic and this anxiety, that's when you start having concerns about it becoming a anxiety disorder.
Yeah. I try to pretend that I'm different, but in the end we're all the same.